3, 2, 1.
Got a blast!
What is going on, my people? How is everybody doing and how is everybody feeling? And today, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get shades of Karl Towns. This is going to be an incredible stretch big build. You're going to be able to do a lot just like Karl Towns can. So this is for current gen. For all my people that have current gen, I got y'all. Let's get right into making this video. So Karl Towns, we already know first and last name. Center right hand jersey number is 32 and his college is Kentucky. We're staying at 7 foot. We're staying at 253 on the weight, and then we're gonna go 7 foot on the wingspan because I definitely wanted to get that 86 3-point shot because on the Knicks roster he has an 86 3, so I definitely wanted to get that. So you already know, first things first, I always start with physicals. So we're just gonna go with a 90 on our stamina. This is more than enough. I always go 90 for most of my builds. Vertical, we're gonna go with a 77. Yes, indeed. For the strength, we're gonna max that out at an 86. And then for the acceleration, we're gonna max it out at 55. And then we're gonna max out our speed at 66. So the physicals are solid. So we locked in on the physicals. Now what we're gonna do is gonna go right to the finishing. So for the close shot, we definitely want to be able to make close shots. So we're gonna go 74 here. For the driving layup, we're gonna have an 80. I think having high layup on a 7 foot build is absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, these are builds that you definitely want to make sure that you have a high layup because there's likely a chance that you're gonna be, taken out of dunk animations. So it's always good to have a high layup, especially because there's times when you're running in the paint, you get a layup, or sometimes you can trigger a layup from the post move, which is insane. So we're gonna go 75 for the driving dunk, and then standing dunk we're gonna go with an 80, and then we're gonna go with an 87 on our post control. All right, so we're gonna play some good post control. We have a great standing dunk. That's gonna be great. We have great finishing with this cat build. All right, so for the 3-point shot, we're gonna max that out at 86. We're not worrying about the mid-range because when I looked on the roster, he didn't really have high midi. It was actually a 69, but the 87 3-point shot, once you max it out, it naturally puts you to 71. And then the free throw, we're gonna go with an 80. All right, so let's get right. For the pass accuracy, we're going 65 because I wanted to at least get break starter on silver. I know with centers you definitely want to go sometimes higher, but this is not a Jokic type of build or a crazy passing center build. This is a Karl Towns build. So we're just gonna go 65. We will have some decent ball handles, so we're gonna go 61, and then we're gonna go 50 on our speed with ball. So nothing too crazy here, but as you can see, we do get 8 badge points, so we could definitely do something with that. Now the defense, right? We're making a Karl Towns build, so that means he's not the greatest defender, but he's not terrible. Defense is not something that we'll say, he's the top defensive player of the year, but he can be a respectable defender from time to time. So we're only gonna go 73 on the interior. When I like that the roster for his attributes, he didn't really have high interior anyway. We're gonna max out that still at 62, even though we have interceptor automatically. There's no requirements for bronze, so that's pretty dope. He didn't have a high block, but I wanted to at least get access to bronze anchor, at least bronze anchor. And then for the rebound, I definitely wanted to go with what he had. He had a 93 rebound, so I said, at least we could get that 93 rebound chaser, and then the rest I just want 65 on the offensive rebound. So you should be able to still get some offensive rebounds from time to time with good box out and the positioning and timing of your jumps, because you get gold rebound chaser. So to me, even though you have a 65 offensive rebound, you have rebound chaser on gold. And I like to kind of think about it like, for example, when you have a high let's say you have a high mid-range and let's say you only had like a 70 something 3, because you get access to better jump shots with your higher midi, you still will be able to knock down 3-point shots at a higher rate because of the badges. So the badges usually carry you when you have low attributes. So you see, you have a 65 offensive, you're probably thinking, nah, I'm not going to get a lot of offensive rebounds. You probably will though, because you got rebound chase on gold. Alright, so as you can see, 20, 17, 8, and 18 is what we're rocking with. This is going to be incredible. You see, we get shades of cat right here. I made a mistake. I was going too fast. I got to show you guys what takeovers you will be able to get access to. So this is a dope center name. Floor Spacing Rebounder. That's a rare build name right there. That is very rare. Alright, so let's edit this real quick so I can show you what takeovers we get, and then we'll definitely go to the badges. So do that. Alright, so you get sharp, you get glass cleaning, you get post. Alright, so you just get these 3 different ones. I went with the limitless range and post shot daggers. I thought that would be cool, but you can do whatever takeover you prefer, you know. Just because, let's say if you go all takeover, all post take or all rebound, it doesn't do anything. It just, you know, that's just the takeover that you choose. But this is the Karl Anthony Towns build right here. So we're gonna test this build. You already know. And alright, so we're gonna go to 99. Alright, so as you can see, we get 20. So I really want to prioritize a lot of this stuff. So we have that 80 layup. I definitely want to go with that slithery. That's very important. Postman technician, I like to go with this on silver. We get access to all of these other good ones too. So let's go with silver back down. Actually, let's go gold here. And then we can go something like this, because I definitely want to be able to use these ones here. So as you can see, all of these high ones only cost 6. So you can always core your highest badge. So if this was 6, we're gonna core this. If this was 7 to use, then we'll core the highest amount. So it doesn't matter which one you go with. So we're just gonna go with rise up, and then once we core that, then we could do masher or fearless or even fast twitch. But for now, we'll just go with these right now. And you see, the cool thing is you'll be going against probably 7-footers or higher, or even if they're shorter, then you could probably do some dream shake. This is where it's at right here. So we definitely want mini magician, we definitely want this, we definitely want claymore. Catch and shoot and all of that is very important. Let me see, how much do we need? Okay, so we could probably just go bronze for right now, just so we can get access to these. All right. So catch and shoot, of course, will be ideal. You core that, and then you can go corner specialist, or you can go dead eye, or you can even go blinders. Or to me, I'll probably core this, right? Because we have an 86. The corner specialist is cool, but you have an 86-3. You should be fine, and then maybe go higher on the claymore. That would be better all around, in my opinion. Of course, I want to get this, and then what I would do is I would definitely core this. Then I'll get, of course, the break starter, and then I'll be able to get any one of these as well. But for right now, we'll just do this right now. Now the defense. So we definitely want to get box out, bronze chase down. Let's do this. And then, of course, how much is for our rebound chaser? Boom. So we get our rebound chaser, we core rebound chaser, this pogo stick, this brick wall. But of course, I definitely want to get my anchor, so I probably won't even use pogo stick or brick wall. Probably core this, and then I'll be able to get that anchor, and then I can use the next few badges maybe for some interceptor or workhorse. You know, it's really up to you. All right, so y'all let me know what y'all thought about this Karl Anthony Towns build, and until next time, much love.